Morning. Morning, guys. Welcome to Yoga Every Hour. I'm Kerrina. I'm going to be taking you through a beginner's accessible practice this morning. Just bear with me one moment. I'm going to check that I'm live on Facebook, and then we will begin. So, while you're waiting for me to do that, you might want to just check that you have something that you can use as a strap. So if you don't have a yoga strap, it's essentially just a length of material. So you could use a dressing gown cord, you could use a roll-up towel, a belt. So you might want to see if you can find something like that. So we're going to spend a little bit of time on the legs this morning. Sorry, let's turn those off, giving a bit of a glare. We're going to spend a bit of time on the legs this morning. So if you could find something, that would be great. And then for our sun salutations, if you have blocks, brilliant. If you don't worry. And then as you sit, excellent, okay, we're there, let me just check sound. So as you sit to begin, you want your hips a little bit higher than your knees. So I'm sitting on a block, but you could just as easily use a cushion, a pillow, anything that can just give you a slight elevation. Let's just check sound, guys. Okay, so we are good to go. We'll just get rid of that. It doesn't disturb us. Okay, so we're going to be together for about 45 minutes this morning. And we're primarily focusing on the bottom half of the body in our warm-up. And then we'll just give our shoulders a little bit of movement before we come and do some sun salutations. So as the weeks progress, the sun salutations, your muscles will be remembering and they will start to become more flowy. So each week we're going to start to speed them up a little bit until each movement lasts an inhale or an exhale. But obviously, as I can't see you, I need you to take care of yourself. So if I'm going too fast, then please just slow it down. But feedback is always great as well. So if you are using these to start your journey, or maybe you haven't been to yoga for a while, then please just drop us a line and let us know, and then we can try and tailor the offerings a little bit more. So if you're able to, come and find a comfortable seat. It might be cross-legged, you might be supported at a wall, possibly even in a chair with the feet on the floor. Just going to take a moment to arrive for our practice, drawing the attention inwards. So if you're comfortable to do so, I invite you to close the eyes. If closing the eyes isn't for you, then please just relax the eye muscles and just look to the floor in front. And then just have a little scan of the body. So maybe give the shoulders a roll if you can feel any tension there. Check the jaw. Make sure you're not holding tension there. You might need to just gently move it side to side. And then check that the muscles in the face are relaxed. So as you close the eyes, be careful not to squeeze them together. It's just a gentle dropping of the eyelids. And if you can feel any tension there, just open them up and then slowly let the lids close again. If you're not working with any sinus problems and you don't have a cold and it's comfortable to do so, then start to draw the breath in and out through the nose now. Just starting to deepen the breath. Now just become aware of the sitting bones dropping into the earth. So heavy, grounded down through the sitting bones. And the sensation of lengthening and lightness through the spine. As you inhale, imagine the spine becoming taller and lighter. And then as you exhale, just feel the grounding down, the heaviness grounding down through the sitting bones. Just notice the mind. So if there are persistent thoughts, just notice them and allow them to pass through. And then to avoid getting in that thought loop, just try and let your awareness rest at the breath. You can always use the mantra internally, breathing in. I am aware I am breathing in. Breathing out. I am aware I am breathing out. If the mind is busy, that can help anchor you in the present moment. And maybe thinking about setting an intention for your practice. So if there's anything you're working with, you can just set that intention now. Maybe that the intention is just to be present. Good. Keeping the eyes closed, just gently start to give the shoulders a roll. Lift them up, back and down. Just starting to bring movement to the body. And make sure you go both ways. So sometimes with the eyes closed, you can connect a little bit more to what's moving. And it depends on our anatomy. Some people are going to leave their arms really wide. Some people might be quite small in. Just feel your way. Okay, let's make that a little bit bigger. So bring the fingertips on top of the shoulders. And then just roll the shoulders using the elbows. So forward, up, back, and round. Again, working out any bits of tension. So I practiced Ashtanga with Jason yesterday, so my shoulders are quite tight. It's not a practice I do very often. But this feels lovely. I hope it feels the same for you. And let's take it the other way. Good. Just working away any tension. Wonderful. Okay, let that go. We're going to come and lie down for our deep leg work. So this is where you're going to want your strap if you've found one. I mean, you can do it without. It just allows you to get a little bit more. So come and lie yourself flat on the floor with the knees bent. And then have the strap, place it just across the chest. We're going to need that in a moment, so you're not scrabbling around for it off on one side. And then when you're ready, just inhale, bringing the right knee in over the chest, and just gently start to pull that knee inwards. If the lower back feels comfortable here, you can slide the left leg away. You don't have to. And then a good practice is to always keep the feet active. So always dorsiflex the feet. So the left leg that's on the floor, or if it's bent, And then dorsiflex the right foot as well. So just as if you're stood on the floor. If the knee is coming quite close in towards the chest, you can start to let it find its way out towards the right armpit. And it doesn't matter whether you're holding underneath of the thigh or on top of the shin. It may be that for you actually using a strap here, just placing it somewhere over or under, allows you to get a better strap. So the props are there to play with and to make things more accessible, so to find more comfort in the pose. So have a play with them and see what works best for you. And then we're just gently pulling that in, just starting to wake the body up. Nothing too strenuous yet. Okay, and then if you've taken it out towards the side, bring it back towards the center, right hand inside of the right knee, the left hand alongside the body, and then just gently let that right knee move out towards the right. So we're not worrying about getting the knee down to the floor, we're just starting to wake the body up. Depending on where you are in the world and what you've been doing. If it's evening for you, you might be going deeper if you've just done a workout, possibly. If you've just woken up or this is the first movement of the day, just be really respectful of the body. Okay, gently bringing it back in. And then we're going to go for a hamstring stretch. So we're going to place the strap around the toe pad of the foot and straighten the leg for a hamstring stretch. I say straighten, not everybody's leg will be straight. You may still have a bend in it. It depends on the hamstring. And if you don't have a belt, then you can just hold somewhere behind this leg. If you do have a belt, try and hold it so as the shoulder blades can still relax down into the floor. And then you can just work with the stretch here. Remembering right at the beginning, we don't need to overstretch, just gently pulling the leg in towards the body, stretching right down into that hamstring. Okay, take the strap into the right hand, let the left hand come alongside the body, and then just gently using the strap, you can just take that leg out towards the right. Again, not a huge stretch. You might be here, you might, as I say, if you're loose, you may have already done stuff. You may be all the way down towards the floor. I've got stuff in my way, so. The left hand, if that left hip is trying to roll up and over, just place the hand there, just to remind it that we don't really want to roll over. And then inhale, bring it slowly back up. Switch hands, strap into the left hand, right hand alongside the body. Now we're going for a stretch down the outside of the right leg, the IT band. So this gets really, really tight. So you might take a minute to find this one. It's going to be quite tight. So pull the leg in towards the body and then let it gently come across the body. So you're not going to go too far before you start to feel a deep stretch happening in the outside of that right leg. If you find you're going all the way over, you've probably missed the IT band. So you can come back up. You can always, if the left hand hold isn't comfortable, you can always switch to the right. Or it's not very far before you start to feel. So this can often, when I was doing a lot of running, the IT band would get really, really tight, and it always used to give me knee pain. Obviously, it's not necessarily the same for everybody, but you hear a lot of runners, a lot of really active people with knee pain coming from the IT band, especially as we can't get massages right now. This is a great one. Okay, and then gently back up to the center. Release the strap, and then keeping the belly button pulled in towards the spine, we're just going to do a couple of single leg raises. So pulling the belly button in, as you exhale, start to slowly drop the leg down towards the floor. So it's nice and under control. Depending on how strong you're feeling, you may hover or you may touch down. And then as you inhale, belly button in towards the spine, bringing it all the way back up. We're going to do 3 of these. The slower you go with this, the more control you have, and the deeper you'll be working. Okay, when you finish your 3, bend the left knee, place the right ankle across the left take take the right hand to the right knee, and just gently start to press away. Now this might be quite a deep stretch already. If that's the case, you're just going to hold here. If you're after a little bit of a deeper stretch, you're going to lift the left knee in, thread one hand through the center, one hand to the outside. Hold either behind the thigh or over the shin, depending. And again, that hygiene factor of dorsiflexing, activating both feet. We try and cultivate an awareness of the whole body. So rather than just have bits floppy that you're not aware of, we try and make sure that we're conscious of the whole of the body. It's all part of the pose. Okay, good. Let the left foot slowly come back down. Replace the right foot, and we're going to do that all on the other side. So hugging left knee in. Making your decision if you're going to straighten the right leg. Checking the feet are active. And then just working into that stretch. Okay, place the right hand alongside the body. Left knee, lift it out towards the left side. Again, not a huge stretch if the right hip is trying to join in. Maybe place the hand there just with the intention to limit that movement. And then inhaling, bringing it back in, reaching for your strap. Placing the strap around the big toe mound, So try not to have it in the arch of the foot. Sorry, we should have the knee bent to start with in case it's too much on the back. I think I did it slightly different order that time. Yes, I did. Same moves, different order. Just checking you're awake. Okay. Slowly start the stretch here, so the knee might be bent. If it's straight, then you're going to make sure that it's active. And just gently working. You may have a bend in the knee here. It may be straight. Just make sure, just as when we're standing, make sure you don't hyperextend that knee. Okay, take the strap in whichever way works for you as you take the left leg out towards the left side. Again, doesn't have to be a big stretch here. And we're grounding down through that right side of the body. We don't want to tip over too much. Good. And just letting that stretch happen. And then pulling the belly button in towards the spine, bring it all the way back up. We're going for that IT band stretch. So take the time to find it. If you don't feel it, just come out and try again. So leg comes in and then gently across the body. It doesn't take much. Now, this stretch is deep. You will feel sensation. You never want to feel pain. So you really do need to tune in and listen to your body. Sensation is fine. Pain is not. It's slowly bringing it back up. Bend the right knee. And then we're going to place the left ankle across the right knee or right thigh. And then activate the foot. Press the left knee away. Maybe this is enough, or maybe you're lifting the right leg and hugging on in. Remember, straps are a great tool. You can use these in anything. If maybe the reach isn't so far, you can use the strap to help pull the leg in across the shin or over the thigh. So the props are there just to try and make everything a bit more comfortable. So when we use them in sun salutation, just to bring the floor up, same applies. Get friendly with your props. Okay. Let the sole of the right foot float down. Let the left leg come down. And then just give yourself a hug. Have a little rock around on the spine. Feeling more awake. Feeling more energized. And then we're just going to turn, roll onto one side. Take a little pause there. And then come and push yourself all the way up. And we're coming over onto hands and knees. So we're going to be coming into our sun salutation sequence in a moment. So if you're using blocks, have them in front of you before we go onto hands and knees. We're going to come up. We're going to do a couple of cat-cow dog childs, and then we're going to come up from there. So hands under, wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. And then when you're ready, inhale as you look up for the shoulders, back, belly drops. Exhale, push into the hands, arch the back, gaze towards the navel. Just working through a few of these, just loosening off the spine. In it, to come back to center, I just want you to turn the toes underneath, press into the hands, send the weight up, hips up and back, and then finding your down dog. Just take a moment to walk through one heel and then the other, see how the legs feel. Let's see if we can hit the IT band in another way. So our left foot is going to come, our left leg is going to cross behind the right, and then lining the toes up, just take a stretch down in the heel of the left leg. The right leg can bend, hitting essentially the same spot. If you missed it the first time, maybe you'll get it this time. And then place that left foot back. Take the right one behind. Same thing. Don't overstretch, but maybe you can find it a little bit easier in this position. and then back to down dog. And from here, you're going to walk hands to feet or feet to hands. It doesn't matter which you prefer to do. And then keeping a bend in the knees, we're going to take ragdoll. So hold either elbow. Make sure the neck is nice and loose. So maybe nod the head, shake the head. Make sure there's no tension there. And then the arms are heavy. So it's called ragdoll. Imagine everything being really floppy. Arms are floppy. Head's floppy. Here, just dropping the weight down. Okay, release the hands now. Drop the weight down, ground into the feet, and slowly roll up, keeping the shoulders rounded. Slowly stacking everything all the way up. No rush. Shoulders up and back, last thing of all. Okay, come and find the front of your mat. We're going to go into our sun salutations. We're going to start slowly and build them up. So if you want your blocks, I love working with blocks. If you want your blocks, come and have them at the front of the mat. Let's begin with our feet hip width apart. Lift the toes. So this foot lock, lift the toes, fan them down. So place them down, little toe, next toe, next toe, next toe. If that movement doesn't happen for you naturally, stick with it. It will. The connections will fire. Soft knees, so none of this hyperextension. Soft knees. Belly button in towards spine. You may even place the hands on the belly and feel the difference. Pull the belly button in towards the spine. Relax the belly. Just do that a couple of times. You'll see, you'll feel exactly what I mean. And we're trying to keep that connection the whole time. You'll lose it, but as soon as you notice it's gone, come back to it. The habit will come. And then shoulders up, back and down. Chin slightly pulled in, arms alongside the body. Gaze 45 degrees in front of you. Okay, on your next in-breath, opening the arms wide, really reaching through the fingers, stretching through the side body. If the neck's okay, you can look up between the hands. Hands come together as you exhale, hinge at the hip, fold all the way forward, lifting the belly as you fold down. Then you inhale, use the blocks, come up to flat back, so shoulders are pulled back. We're not rounding here, shoulders are back, look up. Exhale, lift the belly, hinge forward. Hands come down on the floor, so bend the knees as much as you need to make sure that happens, or on the blocks. Step back with the right foot, step back with the left foot. So high plank. Wrists under shoulders, belly button pulled in, pushing back through the heels. We're going to slowly come down. We're going to start to build our strength here. So we're going to slowly come down for a count of 5. So hugging the elbows in. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come all the way down. Then baby cobra. So hands alongside the chest. Inhale, gentle baby cobra. Shoulders are back. We're not rounding forward. Good. Press into the hands. Maybe come back through knees. Turn the toes and find your down dog. So you can do this nice and slowly. You can come back through here. You can press up. There's no rush. And then we're going to hold here for 5 breaths. So you can continue walking through the heels if that suits you. Or you can start to look at the whole pose. So we're looking for even weight in all points. So 25% on each hand, 25% on each foot. We're looking to turn the sitting bones up, so we don't want the weight too far forward, working too much into the shoulders. Okay, let's look at the step through. So send the right leg up Really reach through the toes. So you've got lots of space here. Then look up between the hands and then bring that right foot through. If it doesn't make it all the way, it might come halfway. Take hold behind. Just help it the last little bit. If that's not working for you, then stick coming through knees. Left one joins. Inhale, flat back. Exhale as you fold. And then inhale all the way up. Really reach up, look up. Hands come together, down through the center. Release. Apologies, I've got not sure if you can hear it. Creaky floorboard. Okay, we'll go again now. So we're going on the left-hand side. Inhale, arms up, reach through, look all the way up. Exhale, fold, hinge at the hips, come all the way down. Then creating that flat back, expanding as you inhale, looking up. Lift the belly, exhale as you fold. Hands come down. Left, right. Again, let's go for 5. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Baby cobra. Back to down dog. So you may come here, you may come through knees. Maybe easier for you to do it that way. Make it work for you. And we're going to hold for 5 breaths. Okay, left side. So left leg up in the air. Oh, hit the guitar. Point through the toes. Then take the gaze up. And then bring that leg through. So it may only come here. That's absolutely fine. You just then help it the rest of its journey. Right one comes in. Inhale, flat back, look up. Exhale, lift the belly as you fold, tuck in. Inhale all the way up, reach up, stretch through the side body, look up, palms together. Down through the center. And release. Okay, so that's going to be our base. So as I add on this one, if it's not for you, then please stick with the first version. But some of you might want a little bit more. How are we doing? Okay. Oh gosh. Let's come back a little bit. That's very annoying. Okay. So, check your position, going down through the feet, work all the way up. Start to build that internal script, if you like, that you're checking all positions of the body before you move. Inhale, reach up, look up. Exhale, hinging at the hips, fold all the way forward, all the way down. Inhale to create that flat back, shoulders back, look up. Hands come down, step back right, step back left. Maybe coming down for a count of 5 or working through chaturanga. So hugging the elbows in as you come on down. And then you hover and turn the feet. So up dog, in up dog, just the tops of your feet are on the floor and the shoulders are back. You may be here, you may be baby cobra. Roll over the feet and back to down dog. And we'll hold for 5 breaths. Okay, right leg up in the air, point through the toes, take the gaze up, bend the left knee, and step it on through. Left one joins. Inhale flat, exhale fold. Inhale all the way up, reach up, look up if the neck's okay. Hands together, down through the center. Release. Okay, one more, left side. Inhale, arms up, really stretch. Nice, tall through the body, look up through the hands. Exhale, as you hinge the hips back, fold all the way forward, lifting the belly as you come on down to place the chest along the thighs. Inhale, flat. Exhale, fold. Left, right. Down for a count of 5 or chaturanga. Up dog or baby cobra. And back to your down dog. Or take a break here in child. Okay, left leg all the way up. Look up and step it through. Right one joins. Inhale, flat. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, hands together. Down through the center. Release. Okay, can you stand in the center of your mat and give the shoulders a little bit of a roll. Just check in with how you're feeling. The breath is the best way to know the effort that is required. So if you're losing that lovely, long, deep breath, then you just need to take the energy down a little bit. But if you're managing fine, then maybe can up a little bit. Okay, we're going to look at tree pose. So you can choose whichever foot you want to balance on first. I'm just going to walk you through how to get there. If your balance isn't there today, you can just take your finger on a wall and make all the difference. If your balance is really good and you're challenging it, you can do this on a block. So, the foot that you're going to balance on, lift the toes. Really feel the toes lifted up. Feel the stretch underneath the foot. And then place them down one at a time. So you're getting, same with the hands, when you're placing the hands, you've got more surface area, so you're going to be able to balance easier. And then soft knee. And we begin with heel on ankle. So just keep that there for a moment while you check everything else. Shoulders up and down, so you've got this nice tall posture. And then you're going to find a drishti, it's called, or a gaze point, where you can just rest your attention. You can rest your focus. So don't choose me. It's going to be something that isn't moving. And then when you're ready, you can just start to lift the foot. So it might come to the ankle. And that might be enough for you. Or you may want to bring it up a little bit higher. If you can, avoid popping it on the knee. You can bring it up into the inner thigh. Try not to hitch over on one hip. We want to be straight here. And then your hands can be whatever feels natural to you. So some people like waist. Some people a prayer here. Some people wide. Some people are tight prayer above the head. So whichever version of that works for you. So if you come out, don't worry. Take your time and come in again. And then when you're there, just try and find stillness. Focus on the breath. Allow the hands to come down. And then just shake it off. Make sure you're not taking anything from that pose into the other side. So in your own time, Same hygiene factors. Lift the toes, fan them down. This is harder on carpet, by the way, guys. Now, if you're used to working in a studio with a nice hard floor, you're working harder here. So be kind to yourself. Find that length. Find your gaze point, softening, and then slowly start to build. And just know that balance can be different every day. So it depends what we've got going on. Some days we can be really calm and collected, and then other days it's just not going to happen for us. Just focus in on the breath and see if you can bring it back. Release the hands, come on down, shake it off. Okay, we're going to revisit Trikonasana, triangle pose. You're going to take your feet probably about legs distance apart, but whatever feels comfortable for you. And then you're going to straighten the right foot. So the toes of the right foot are going to point forward. Toes of the back foot slightly on the diagonal. Find somewhere that's comfortable for you so you're not all twisted up. And then we're facing forward. Shoulders up, back and down. As we inhale, bringing the arms up to shoulder height. Reach through the fingers so you get this opening across the chest, nice expansion across the chest. Then as you exhale, you're going to tip that back hip out and reach forward with the right hand. So if you're reaching for something that's just out of reach, and then when you can't reach anymore, let the bottom hand come down, palm faces forward. Top arm stacks, again, palm faces forward. If this doesn't feel comfortable on the shoulder, you can take the arm down behind you. We're trying to avoid this rolling down, chest facing towards the mat. So much better to be higher up with chest facing forward and scrunch down with chest facing the mat. So just be conscious of that. And then your gaze, if the neck isn't comfortable looking up, look down, look forward. You choose your gaze point. Send the energy down through the feet as you inhale, coming all the way back up. Give the arms a break. Sometimes that movement's quite a lot when you're new. It's quite a lot when you're not new. You can just turn the feet. So toes of the left foot now pointing forward, and the right coming on in. There's that creaky floorboard again. Okay, make sure you're comfortable with your leg position before we move. When you're happy, inhale the arms wide. Again, have that sensation of reaching, stretching across the chest. Exhale as you tip the back hip, reach forward with the front arm, and then you can just allow bottom arm to come down, top arm to stack. Good. As the body softens, you might drop in a little deeper. Maybe, maybe not. Okay, send the energy down through the feet. Inhale all the way up. Release the hands. Let's just bring the feet to parallel. Take a nice forward fold here. Shoulders up, back and down. Hands come to waist. Thumbs in the sacrum discs. Inhale as you look up, open the chest. Really feel the expansion across the chest here. We're just going to hold here for a couple of breaths, working those elbows back, looking up, trying not to squash the neck. Okay, next time you exhale, hinging at the hip, that same motion as the forward fold, come all the way forward. Just allow that to happen. And then when it feels right, the hands can come and touch down. If the floor is not available to you, what do? We bring the floor up to us. So you can bring the floor up to you. And if you don't have blocks, you can use a chair. I don't have a chair here. But you can do this with a chair. You can do it with your sofa. Do it with a worktop. Anything you like. Worktop might be a bit high. But anything you like, just to bring the floor up to you so as you can use the energy of what you're pressing on. You press in, and that will give you a deeper stretch into the legs. But just make sure, I don't want you dangling. So even if the hands are on the legs, we just don't want to dangle here. And just relax it forward. Okay, if you have any history of back problems or the back is not feeling great, then I want you, actually let's all do this. Let's bend the knees, take the hands onto the knees and slowly walk our way up. Don't come up with too much of a lever. Bring the feet back together and then let's just give the hips a little roll here. Just loosening off. Doesn't matter what this looks like, big or small. Just loosening that off, go the other way too. Okay, I've overrun slightly, so I'm going to leave you to take your Shavasana. Please do not miss out on your Shavasana. You have 11:48, so give yourself at least till 8 o'clock. Lie down, excuse me, lie down, take a rest, give your body time to just incorporate all of that work that it's just done. That's what we're working up towards. We need the Shavasana, so promise me not to skip. Namaste.